Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, small group coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I wanted to encourage all of you who are manifesting a specific person and who might be inclined to doubt your manifestation at times, to not believe that it can come true, to not believe that you might see it in your 3D. Maybe you don't even think it's possible for your SP to ever feel the things that you want them to feel. And so for all of you guys who are worrying and doubting and giving into insecurity, I wanted to make this video to let you know and explain to you why your specific person actually wants all the same things that you want. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So I know, and I've said it before, that it can be very challenging to manifest a specific person, especially if you have a backstory with them, especially if there are things in the 3D that are triggering you about them, things they've done, things they've said, or things that they haven't done or they haven't said. And that at times, or even the majority of the time for some of you, it might feel completely impossible for the manifestation to come to pass. It might feel completely impossible that your SP, with what they've said, what they've done, how they behaved in the old story, how they treated you, how they might still be treating you in the current 3D and under the current circumstances, whatever these might be, will ever get to feel the things that you want them to feel, the things that you're manifesting them to feel, and will ever want the relationship the same way that you want it. So this video is for all of you guys who are manifesting a specific person and are doubting everything. I wanted to let you know that your SP, believe it or not, and you'd better believe it, your SP, your specific person, wants everything that you want. In other words, what you want, your SP, your specific person, also wants as well. And the thing I want you to realize is that all these doubts, all these fears, all these insecurities that pop up, while they're quite normal, they actually come from a place of fear. They come from your ego mind that likes to throw fear at you in order to stop you from going into the unknown, in order to stop you from wanting change. This is what your ego mind does. It fears change. It doesn't want you to change. Even if the current circumstances and the current situation is detrimental for you, it's still very afraid of change. It still considers it very risky. So it's going to use all the means and all the ways it can come up with to stop you from pursuing that change, to stop you from going into the unknown, to keep you stuck in the familiar, even if the familiar is not the best thing for you, let alone the thing that you want and the thing that you're desiring. So you need to realize that all these feelings of fear, insecurity, doubt, they don't actually necessarily come from your rational mind. They come from your ego mind. They come from your fearful mind. And fear, you guys, is anything but rational. Fear is not rational. I want you to realize and understand that, because a lot of the time I hear from people saying, oh, my rational mind is interjecting, my rational mind is giving me this and that argument. And sometimes it's true, it can be a rational mind that can't get around the new reality that we're building, but a lot of the time it's actually our ego mind who is giving us these fears, these doubts, these insecurities, and all these feelings that are trying to stop us from going ahead and pursuing what we want. So then, since fear is not something that is rational, fear is completely irrational, it's the exact opposite of rationality or anything rational, we're actually going to be a little rational in this video and reason with ourselves and explain to ourselves, appeal to a rational mind, to explain to it the reason why what we want is what our SP wants as well. So as we know, we're all one in consciousness. Each one of us is an individual, a unique expression of the same one consciousness. That means we're all a part of it, we're all included in it, we all participate in it, we all can influence it, and we're all mirroring each other 24/7. If we're all mirroring each other 24/7, what does that mean? It means that any change in our assumptions, our beliefs, our thoughts and emotions that might accompany these changes in assumptions and beliefs changes in perceptions, changes in perspective of ourselves, of others, of our reality, of our relationships, of the situations that surround us in our life. Any such given change gets projected and then it gets mirrored back to us by the 3D world. What does that mean in relation to your SP? If you are practicing being in the state of the wishful field with your SP consistently and repeatedly and revisiting that state over and over and over again over a period of time, what is going to happen is that these new assumptions, these new perceptions, these new thoughts, these new feelings, that new embodiment of that new person, that new version of yourself that you're creating is going to become dominant within you. And when that happens, this is going to be projected outwards into the 3D world that includes your SP, and the 3D world that includes your SP is compelled to reflect it back to you, is compelled to mirror it back to you like the mirror that it is. What that means is, if you are consistent in practicing the state of your wishful field, if you're consistent in getting yourself into that state where you start believing that this is going to happen for you, you start to feel more and more natural about the situation, about the relationship, the new relationship that you are creating with your specific person, about that new story, about that new energy, about that new inner state that you are constructing within yourself, then there's no other way but for your SP to reflect that. And what does that mean in practical terms and actually in rational terms? What follows very rationally and very reasonably? That your SP wants the exact same things that you want. Whatever it is that you want from your relationship with your SP, if you're getting yourself into a dominant state of feeling like you already have it, of believing that it's coming to you, believing that your manifestation is coming to you, feeling more and more natural about the prospect of your SP actually feeling these things, guess what happens? Your SP does want the same things that you want. Not just in imagination, but in the 3D as well. You and your SP are one. You're not separate, you have never been separate, and you never will be separate. You're always one, you're always projecting upon one another your dominant feelings, your dominant assumptions, your dominant beliefs, dominant expectations, dominant energies and states. And then you're mirroring back to each other those dominant energies and those dominant states. That means if you are dominantly in a state where you feel that your SP wants what you want, they want the relationship, they want the love, they want the commitment, they want the family, they want the marriage, they want the dating, they want the moving in together, they want whatever it is that you might want, then you can safely assume and believe and actually know it as a fact that your SP does want the exact same things that you want. And unlike fear, which is very rational, this is a very rational conclusion that follows from knowing that we're all one, that we're all reflections of each other, we're all mirrors of each other, that everyone is us pushed out, that our world, our external world is our state pushed out. And because of that, you can rationally, I repeat, rationally assume that it is also true that what your SP wants is the same thing that you want. The same way you see your SP in their relationship is the same way they see themselves in their relationship. The same way you see yourself in the relationship is the same way they see you in the relationship. The same way you see the relationship itself and where it's going is the same way they see the relationship and where it's going. So you can safely, and I'm going to repeat it once more, rationally assume that your SP also wants the exact same things that you want. You can go about your life in that assumption. You can go about your life and your day knowing that, and knowing that your SP truly does want everything that you want. Your desires are their desires. You are not opposites. You are not separate. You are one and the only thing. So whatever becomes your dominant state, your dominant energy, your dominant assumption, when it starts becoming matter-of-factly within you, when it starts to become and feel natural within you, they are going to receive it and they're going to feel the exact same thing. They are going to mirror it. So absolutely 100% believe it and go with that knowledge, run with that knowledge that your SP absolutely wants what you want. I hope this gives you guys some encouragement and some motivation to keep going with your specific person. Assume the best. Assume the best scenarios. Assume absolutely 100% that they want everything that you want. And once you start practicing this with consistency and it starts feeling natural and matter-of-factly within you, guess what's going to happen? They are going to prove it to you in the 3D as well. So you'd better start by believing it now. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.